Okay, so this week I spent a lot of time working on the library banking app. So on Monday I went in and tested it whilst I was doing the banking, and most of it worked fine. I was able to input all the right stuff. The first total with all the sums was correct. The overs and unders section worked perfectly fine. However, when you started going backwards into the app, the sums were being messed up and removed, so I had to go back and fix that. I also made various improvements to the prototype where when it was displaying the sums, it will display the coin that were related to that sum. So all the 10p's had a label next to it saying 10p's, and it made it easier to understand what the numbers were meaning, because when I was doing the test I realised afterwards, it's like, oh, I've got to figure out all these sums and what they actually mean. But yeah, so whilst making those improvements, a lot of stuff happened, and basically the code really went downhill from there, trying to get the sums not to be messed up when going backwards, sort of things. So then I decided to just rework the whole entire project and pretty much start from scratch. It just allows me to come at it from a fresh mind. I know what the issues were with the prototype, I know how to set all the UI stuff up and pretty much have it lay out in a way that I would for it. It also allows me to do things like change the group size. So when doing the banking, I like to stack the coins in 5s, and that was the default group size for the prototype. However, I know some of the other staff don't do that. They sometimes do 10s and so on, so I thought it might be a good idea just to add that functionality in, and so just having a rework allows all that sort of stuff. It also means that whilst I was doing the test, I had to close down the app and open it back up again. So once I calculated the overs and took that money out of the group, I had to close the app again just to refresh it all, and then enter the money all again just to make sure that I have the right amount, because that's part of the functionality. So reworking it allows me to add another lot of number entering at the end, just so you can check that you've got the correct amount, and it just makes it more streamlined and you don't have to close the app or anything. I've also been working on my game, so it's a grappling hook based game. It's more of a like puzzle sort of game, and that partly links to me trying to learn other things. So with the colour theory, which I actually did a blog post on, which I'll put down below, when I was making the model for the gold ore, which acts as the collectible in the game, I was thinking about the colour theory of it and actually trying to make it look nicer than I probably would do by just randomly picking colours. And I also used the Adobe colour wheel that you can find online, and I'll put a link down to, and it just made it a lot more easier to think about the colours and how I should do those. And having actual images of gold ore helped as well, because while I could do complementary colours and have like green and purple or pinky sort of colours, which makes things look really nice, it made sense to have it actually more goldy and start from a gold point and then have various colours based on it. I can't remember what the one is, I'll put it on the screen I used, but yeah, that was pretty much what I was working on. Most of it is getting the UI linked up with the collectibles and how many there were in the level and how many the player collected. I was also updating it on the pause screen as well. Then I've also been learning about Unreal 4 and basically starting from basic. I've used it a bit, but I wouldn't say I'm pretty much anywhere. I might as well just start again, basically. So I'm going through various classes on their website and going through and figuring everything out. And that also links to the Global Game Jam, which is next week. As for the video, I have no idea what I'm going to do about it. But for the game itself, I'm planning to use Unreal and try and force myself to use that and learn on the go. And hopefully that 48-hour game jam will help me improve my understanding of the engine.